Hi guys, it's me, Trudy Lee. How's everybody doing? Sorry I haven't been around lately. I am so busy. We're getting our house ready for moving, and it's such a long, slow process. It's terrible. We are so bad at this, you guys. We need a workforce here to help us for sure. Our kids even said, "Y'all aren't doing too much," and it just feels like we have so much to do every day that we just can't get everything done. So, yeah, that's where we're at. So I'm working all day and doing things, and then I'll spend a few hours packing up the house and doing things every day. But little by little, we're going to get this done. So hope everybody's doing well. I can't believe it's Thursday already. The weeks just fly by. I don't know what's happening. Time is just flying by, which maybe that's a good thing because the things that are happening with Trump administration, we want this to pass by as quickly as possible. Um, so I was going to do a reading yesterday. I was doing a meditation. I got interrupted by, a family member. There's always something going on here, y'all, because y'all know I have extended family living with me. It's very hard to get a peaceful moment. So I got interrupted. But as I was meditating, I'm going to tell y'all a little bit about what was coming through. I didn't get to finish it because somebody needed a chat. So I had to chat with them. So the first thing that I was getting, and I think this is about Lindsey Graham. And, Lindsey Graham actually hates Donald Trump. I know that he's always kissing his ass and acting like he's supporting him, but I'm seeing that he actually wishes Donald Trump was, gone. Yeah. And I don't mean bye bye, I mean gone. Okay. There's a group of Republicans that agree Trump is a nightmare. Behind closed doors, they agree. He's a horrible person. They do agree. Um, but what Congress knows is that Trump will do anything, legal or illegal, and that stops them in their tracks. This Donald Trump has grown so powerful, and they're basically afraid of him. They really are. If they oppose him, um, God only knows, what will happen to them. He'll do anything in his power to hurt them in any way possible, and they know it. And then there's the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is bought and paid for, y'all. It's bought and paid for. It's hopeless to think that they're going to stop Donald Trump in any way. They are not going to. Um, we know some of the things that, like with Justice Thomas, all the gifts that he was given, and the other justice too. We know that they've been given a lot of different gifts, and that they've been receiving a lot of things. And there's a lot that we don't know about too, and they're not the only ones. So this is bought and paid for. This Supreme Court. This, unfortunately, this country is corrupt. This this government is corrupt. This whole government's corrupt. It's horrible. And Donald Trump has no respect for the Constitution, which you guys already know that. Everybody knows that. Uh, the way that he sees it, these laws are there to hinder him, to impede him, to stop him from, you know, stop him from doing what he wants to do. He has no respect for them. He feels that these laws were used to persecute him. It's all about retribution. So, yeah, I'm going to shit on the Constitution. I want to get rid of it because those laws were only there to hurt me. So, he really does want to just tear up the Constitution and throw it away. That's what he's trying to do, and unfortunately that's what he's doing. But now there's been a little chum put into the water, the Epstein Files. Maga is going crazy over this. I mean, they're going crazy. Y'all just don't understand. There's blood in the water. There really is. There really, really. So is this how the MAGA cult finally cracks and dies over these Epstein files, all these lies that they're saying now? I am seeing that especially women are just, they're just floored. MAGA women, they just can't believe it. They're like, what? They're like doing a double take. They're like, I'm seeing them. They're just like, they're completely floored. That's the only thing I can use to describe it. They just can't believe it. Um, and then whatever Trump wants to make go away, he delivers the same old rhetoric, the same old playbook. It's all a hoax. The Democrats are to blame. That lame excuse has gone around too many times, and MAGA's not accepting it right now. They are not. Uh, you know, Trump is a narcissist, and narcissists only have one game to play. And he's played it and played it and played it, and he's gotten far with it. But I don't know. This is something different. Trump takes whatever the truth is and then he distorts it with all his lies. And I'm seeing that this is how it's being shown to me. I'm seeing like he's trying to catch this Epstein case so he can do away with it, so he can get rid of it. But it's like a fishing net. The water's all leaking out. I can't catch it. The water just keeps leaking out. So he just fired that Maureen, I think her name is Maureen Comey, that federal prosecutor for the Epstein case. He just fired her. That don't look good. That looks like he's just trying to do a cover up, right? She may just start leaking some information. I feel like there's leaks coming out. That's what this water is leaking out. There's going to be leaks of information coming out all about this case. This is something the Democrats need to go after. They need to stick to it, and they need to stay on top of it, because MAGA is not with them. It's not with Trump, so they need to hop on this. So many people in the Justice Department have been fired just for doing their jobs. It's unbelievable. Trump is, I'm seeing Trump's trying to put this to bed, but this is putting him to bed. It's putting him to bed. That's what I'm seeing. So I'm asking, will Trump be able to overcome this? And I see white tulips. That's a funeral flower. Wow, let's do a reading on Trump. I'm going to shuffle the cards and lay out some cards and do a reading on Trump. And I'll be right back and do this reading. Okay, I have all the cards laid out. It takes me a while to shuffle, and I don't know. I'm not good at talking and shuffling at the same times, and it's distracting. So I just shuffle them up and lay them out, and then I'll read them to you. That's the crossover. So it's a Celtic reading. This is Three of Wands. Right now, Trump's trying to figure out which way to go on the Epstein situation. Now, I know he has said several things. He told MAGA, we're going to release all the files. We're going to get to the bottom of this and all that. Now he's saying something different. The files don't exist. And then he says it's a hoax. He's just trying to figure out which lie will MAGA accept, right? He's trying one thing after another, shifting the blame from one to another, firing people. He's just trying to figure out what's going to stick. What can I shove down their throats and they're going to take it, right? Crossing over is the Moon card. This is the illusion delusion card. He's lying. He's trying to convince his base that these lies are the truth, and it's not working. They can see through the lies. They see he's lying. That's what this is all about. Finally, finally. Who knew that this is what would take to wake up MAGA? You voted for a felon and a sex offender. What did you expect? But they're not believing him. They really are not. The foundation of this reading, this is 10 of Swords. Somebody's going to betray Trump. So, they're going to leak some information, double cross Trump, stab him in the back, and this is going to help bring him down too. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but because last night I was getting Lindsey Graham he hates Trump. So I don't know if this is Lindsey Graham that's talking behind Trump's back. But this could be the files coming out, being leaked out. Things are going to be leaked out. So he's going to be betrayed. Now, I know he's surrounded himself with, a bunch of, excuse my language, kiss ass. But there's still people there in the DOJ that are not Trump supporters. Believe me. This is oh wait, I didn't do this one. This is overlooking the situation. That's the death card. Y'all can see that. Wow. The death card doesn't mean anybody's going to die because, readers are not supposed to read like that. There are some that do. I don't read like that. But this is a dramatic change, a dramatic shift of what's happening right now. And that makes me super happy. So this could be the dramatic change in support for Donald Trump. This is a dramatic change in what's happening in the White House. This is a game changer. This is definitely a game changer. That's what death is. Death is how do I explain it? It's like when something changes, just dramatically changes. So that's what we need. We need some dramatic change from what's going on now. So this could be a dramatic change in support for Trump. It could be a dramatic change in what's going on in the White House. It's all good. Anything that changes from what's going on right now, it's good, I feel. So, yay. I'm glad to see that. Okay, now this is the past card. This is the Hermit. So this is in the past. MAGA was just blindly following Trump no matter what he said, what he did. They just blindly followed along. You know what I'm saying? Just any executive order he made, they followed right along. Good on Trump. We're going to take poor innocent immigrants and put them in a camp, lock them up, put them in a cage. They're following right along. Everything that he's done, they followed him right along. That's the past. That is the past. I think they're regretting their decision because this is coming in the very near future. So this could be in the next week or so. This is 7 of Cups. This is about making bad decisions and regretting the decision that you made. So this is Donald Trump's voters. They are regretting making the decision to bring Donald Trump into power. They're regretting, supporting Donald Trump. We're going to see this more and more and more. And I hope the Democrats are, on top of things. They need to be right on top of things. Now, Trump, this is Queen of Pentacles. Trump's going to try to appeal to the women because he figures if the women are okay with him, then the men will come along too. So you're going to see that he's going to do photo ops and things with women around him. You're going to see him speaking to women, maybe to women's groups or just a lot of women around him. Just having that mental image that women support him. So that's what he's, planning to try to appeal to women and get women to support him. Maybe when he's a younger man, he had women swarming all over him because he was freaking rich and, women wanted a rich husband. And so he was able to, attract women to him. But now he's just an old, spiteful man. And he still thinks that women want to be around him But I don't know about y'all, but I don't. I surely don't. I don't care how much that man makes, how much he's worth. This is Nine of Swords. He's freaking out. That's what this is all about. He's freaking out. He's stressed out. He's worried about this. He knows it's coming to bite him in the ass. You know, he sleeps very little, and right now he's sleeping even less, and makes me laugh and makes me happy. This is really starting to make him panic. So, yay, I'm happy. Anything that makes him panic and sweat and gives him stress, I'm happy, because how much hurt and damage and stress has he put on American families, or, immigrant families? How much damage has he done to this country? He deserves to sweat a little bit. He deserves to, start panicking. He should have been panicking a long time ago. Ace of Swords. He thinks he can cut through all this bullshit. That's what he thinks. He thinks this is just bullshit. Uh, this is a hoax. He's trying to do what he always does. But this sword, it cuts both ways. So this is coming back to bite him in the ass. That's what I think this is all about. That's the way I'm seeing this. And the last card that I pulled is Ace of Wands. This is an opportunity for the Democrats. This is a golden opportunity being handed to the Democrats. They couldn't ask for a better deal. I mean, they really can't. This is time for them to seize and grow support. This is about growth, right? They need to get their act together right now. They need to get on this train and start riding it. This isn't written in stone that it's going to happen this way. This means they have to take action if they want to make hay with this Epstein debacle. That's what this means. So they've got to fight fire with fire. And when they do that, I think they'll be successful. They've got to break some rules for once. I know Republicans or Democrats are all about, sticking with the law. This is the law and this is how we do things. Republicans aren't doing it that way. So you've got to fight fire with fire. And this could possibly take Trump down. But like I said, Democrats got to jump on it. And that's what this is going to boil down to. But because MAGA doesn't believe him, MAGA doesn't support him, it's time for us to embrace MAGA and say, we don't have to go and say, see, I told you, MAGA. And that's what we feel like doing. But now we can just say, yeah, now you understand. Now you understand. He lies about everything. Let's just be supportive as they awaken, okay? This is all good, y'all. This is all good. Anytime I see Trump is squirming and panicking, it's all good. So I thought I would do that reading because I was just thinking, what's going on with Trump and the base? Because I'm hearing all kinds of things. So that's interesting, right? Okay, guys, so I've been really busy doing readings, and I appreciate it. I love doing readings. I love doing healing sessions. I've been doing about 50-50, actually. 50% of the time healing, 50% of the time doing readings. If you'd like to have a healing session or reading, look down below. There's my email address, and I will get together with you and do a reading for you or healing sessions. Just contact me through my email. Do something kind for somebody. It'll always come back to you. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.